I got my own money, I ain't got a ton. Got my own wood, I ain't got a wall. Got my own weed, buy by the ball. By the fuck bank account, bitch, we put it in the vault. Say I made myself a boss.
What is up, everyone? It is Andrew Appear here of DatPiff Production and Publishing, bringing you guys a new YouTube video. In this YouTube video, we're gonna create a trap beat, and this is gonna be a beat. It's not gonna, I don't mean to say trap, we're not gonna be doing like the 808 Mafia trap, I don't think. But we're gonna be like going for like the more modern rap sound. That's the way to go about it. How to create a modern rap beat. Nah, trap beat's better. Alright, but anyways, first off, we're in FL Studio 12. It doesn't really matter, you guys can follow along. Going to 145 BPM. And now we're gonna insert. I'm gonna pull up Nexus. You guys don't need Nexus to follow along. All you need is a VST, which FL Studio comes with VSTs. If you don't, oh, excuse me, that was a burp. They're coming up burp. You guys can use the FL keys. I know that it's one of the pianos that comes with FL Studio. And then they got other VSTs you can use. Citrus is a good one. Well, it's not bad. I mean, Harmless is decent. GMS isn't bad. I'm pretty sure these come with FL Studio. I paid for the most expensive version, so got them all. We're gonna pull up a piano in here. Alright, so we're gonna pull up the piano roll. And the piano roll, we're going to create a note. It's like a melody, not notes. We're not creating notes. We're creating a melody by placing in notes. Placing in notes by clicking them in. I don't use a MIDI keyboard or anything. So, by the way, this is a very basic tutorial. I've already said that. So I'm going to be covering a lot of fundamentals for those that might be new to music production and FL Studio. A little information about that. Alright, so we're going to A. So I did Shift E to pull up the select tool. I'm going to select that, Shift P to get the draw tool. This is changing the note velocity right down here. See velocity and it's select for there. And what the velocity means is how hard the note's going to get hit. So I actually might want to pull up the lower one, actually a little bit higher. Pull this one a little bit lower. We're just trying to see what this sounds like. I'm holding Alt and then dragging to like have it not snap. Eek. We're gonna go around and change these velocities and such. Just want to get the fundamentals of this beat down. adjust it. This is not sounding good. I want to. Alright, let's see. We're going to change these notes around because I'm not really liking them that much. So, Shift E to select. Shift P, pull that down. Shift P, I want to. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna get rid of these. So you can kind of see like the way I'm going about on creating this melody. So we got that, and we need to come up with a new section over here. I'm trying to create a 4-bar or 4-beat. Yeah, it would be about. It's not a bar. It's like about a half a bar, but one. Let's just call these measures. I want a total of 4 measures, so I need to come up with another measure right there. Shift E, I'm gonna pull this one up, pull this one up. Alright, so now we came up with a decent melody. I'm going to call it piano just for sake. What I just did is I clicked here and I clicked track. What track does is it puts us in this mixer. So now this mixer allows us to adjust the levels of how loud the volume input is going to be. Or, yeah. Pretty much this adjusts the total amount of volume you're going to allow. This is at 100%, so it allows 100% of the volume coming from here. But I'm going to pull it down because I want it to level out a little bit. I'm not going to cover too much about mixing and like using EQs and such. Right now I'm just creating a low cut or high pass because I'm allowing the high pass, the high end frequencies through, and I'm cutting at the low end just to get rid of muddiness. But there wasn't really even a lot. Alright, so now I'm gonna pull up a gross beat. Now, from what I've heard, that some people don't actually have gross beat depending on their version of Fruity Loops. Gross beat has been a very big factor in trap music within the past, I'd say, year and a half or so. So I would suggest getting gross beat if you don't have it. It has a lot of features, or you can do some of these features by hand by doing the stutters or half speed. It's just pitching the sound or whatever at half speed. With gross beat is just a super fast way of doing it. So now oh, that's my phone. I'm gonna move that away. So now what I did was grab a delay, and all you need to do is in your FL thing is go to delay 2 and pull it up. Then what I did was pull up the time, do there, and I clicked ping pong, which allows the feedback of the delay to ping pong back and forth from left to right. What I might do is boost this up one more octave just to see what it sounds like. Alright, so we got like the main melody figured out. It's kind of like a weird, different type of melody. This is kind of like how I like to make my beats. It's a little bit different. Doesn't really follow the traditional music theory way of creating melodies. Problem is you can kind of get some lazy melodies out of doing this. Now in reality, it's really, there is a melody in there. It's just we have a gross beat and a delay on top of it that kind of morphs into something else. But I might put a little chorus effect in there. Alright, so I'm going to use the AT Sound Kit 2. You can get the AT Sound Kit 2 at beat.at.com and go to the drum kit section. So you can use that. So you can see how I did it pretty much every other beat. Alright, let's go with that one. So what I'm doing with the beat, with the kick, I just dragged over a kick sample. These are from a drum kit from our website you have to purchase to get to. We offer a lot of sales and discounts, and we even give you promotional coupons when you sign up on our website. But the kit, this kick, I'm gonna just pull up in the piano roll so I could get some better viewpoints on how, a better view. So now I pulled in some hi-hats, and now I'm adding in the hi-hats. I'm kind of doing it on like, I'm playing, like making the hi-hats play with the kick and snare, so everything kind of bounces off together. Alright, so let's now play it. Alright, so we're gonna pull up a citrus now. We're gonna add another melody. It's obviously not full there. Like, we need more melodies in there. Oh, la, 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 la. Alright, I'm gonna start up here. We're gonna pull this melody down though. Pulling up this, scooting this over. We're gonna change that melody around to a different melody. I mean sound. I don't know if I want to put gross beat on there, but we're gonna see just what it sounds like. I don't like that. I don't like the gross. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't think we. Alright, so to kind of go through everything what I was just doing, I might even change this sound, but I pulled up a parametric EQ. I'm not really gonna go through that. Then I pulled up a reverb 2, Fruity Reverb 2. I'm gonna pull down the bass. I don't want any bass. I'm gonna pull down that decay time, pull down the high cut. What I just did was a drag down, or dragged up, or drag down. So I selected these drums, and then I right clicked channel routing and route selected channels to that. So now all of my drums are routed in. So now I can kind of see where all the levels are at. So what I'm doing right now is, that was just some like really rough EQ on the kick. I'm not trying to do too much kick boost. I like to have my kick a little bit over the snare, and then a little bit over the 808, depending on the 808 and the beat. We haven't put in the 808 yet. Where is the maximizer? I am having the worst. There it is, Maximus. And I like to use the preset kick pump. So I'm pulling up another citrus. Want to get another melody, like a main melody. We're gonna go through the piano. Oh, these are pretty shitty. We might be able to get this to work. I might have an idea. Just trying to get some. I'm just trying to make that electric piano a little bit more lush, not so harsh, kind of is what I'm trying to go for, but I don't know if it's really working. Alright, so now we got kind of like that figured out. I want to see if this would sound good. Not really. I really want to see if this sounds good. No. Alright, so I added in another hi-hat, and all I did was click fill in 2 steps. So filled in all the 2 steps, and then I just pretty much clicked in random parts that I wanted, like a trip, like 3 in a row. So you can kind of see where I did that. Now it's going to give us like that extra bounce, and then I went ahead and tracked it, our mixer. So track, boom, pulled it down a lot. And then I pulled in a fruity parametric EQ too. I did a high cut, so I cut out all that low end. And we're gonna go ahead and start doing that with the snare too. Now I'm gonna get a reverb also and put it right there too. Well, I'm gonna pull down that mix level. You can see I've been doing this with the delay a lot, and all that means is it allows, if I did it all the way, that means it's gonna have the reverb effect full on. If I do it like 45%, only 45% of that reverb plays. You see. This 808 I'm using is from the School of Smoke, or no, yeah, School of Smoke drum kit. I don't know why what I was thinking. This is my favorite 808. So what I did when you first pull it up is I clicked normalize, and then I went over here to cut by self. What that means is every time when the 808 hits, it cuts it off, like the last part. So if I hit the 808 now and then click it again, it cuts it off, you see. But if I didn't have that effect or that setting on, what it would do is pretty much have the 808 keep going. So we're going to do some different things. We're going to pull this one up and then hold control. Hold control and press up on the keyboard. So now it goes an octave higher. Going to double click it. So the note properties comes up. We're going to click that slide. So now mix for that distortion. So before I get to the distortion, I tracked in the 808, and then I pulled in a low pass filter, cutting out the high end. So you can see low pass. Make sure I drag it like that. Boom, bada bing. All right, then I did a little boost right there. Sweet spot. But if you guys are using different drum samples, the mix is different. I mean, like, mixing it is gonna be different. It's just how it goes. I'm doing this kind of like quick and fast and showing you guys how to do it. But if you guys want to learn more specific stuff, I have a course called How to Make Beats Like the Pros, which you guys can sign up for down in the description. It's in every YouTube video on our channel, so check it out. But continuing on. Alright, so we got almost, actually, yeah, we're pretty good on sounds. So this would be kind of like a basic trap beat, kind of like a Drake beat, honestly, too. I can see Drake on this. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and place it right here. So this has everything in there. I want to split it up so I get individual tracks, splitting each instrument and drum separately. So how you do that? Place it into the playlist area that we see all this. Go up here, make sure it's selected, click right here, and then split by channel. Now I'm going to pull all these down. You can see everything is separated. I like doing this personally because I get a better view of where everything is at. But you don't need to do it. Alright. Just move everything up. We're now locked to content on the left hand side. You don't need to do this. This is just for simplicity's sake. I ultimately just don't want to have like a Nexus over here and then like a Celtic over here. I want everything to be leveled out and layered out. Alright, so I'm going to move everything over here. I'm going to do an Alt-T to make a marker. So here's going to be intro and so chorus. So this is going to be the intro. We're going to have so you can see how I'm doing it. We're going to go ahead and also do a insert one. BG main. I want to thicken this by duplicating a lock to content, pulling in a omnisphere. I know you guys will probably not have this VST. That is fine. I'm just doing this to thicken up the main melody. You can use any other VST. It's still a very beginner tutorial, so we're going to keep it like that. I'm just doing this just for the sake of making it sound a little bit better. You guys can use another VST of your choice, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing exactly. I'm going to go into like a pad or string type of sound. That's too much, like too long. I'm gonna do Control A, Control C, copy that melody. Oh shit. Go over here, Control V, pull this up 1 octave down. I want to hear just the loop. I don't want to hear it with everything first. So what did I just do with that? I just pretty much pasted the same melody, knocked it 1 octave lower, and then simplified it by getting rid of all those crazy notes. All those crazy notes, what I mean by crazy notes, all of these, like notes up there, these. Reason why is if I'm using a pad, it has like a longer sustain or decay, so all those notes would just clash. Alright, so what I did, you could kind of see how it's all layered out. The hi-hats where I had a whole bunch of them right there, I put them in the second half of the chorus because this is the verse. Put them in the second half of the chorus just because it's like a rhythm booster. So usually you want to split up your chorus in like 2 parts. Excuse me, taking a drink. But not really like split into 2 parts, but have it differentiate or like show some movement switch. I'm also get rid of that 808 segment right there and that one, so it doesn't do the slide up there. And you can see I kind of cut this and this. Alright, so I'm just kind of drawing in the verse. I usually keep the verse with less instruments than the chorus. And that's because the rapper is going to be having more vocal, probably more vocal work. And so you want to be able to hear the words, whereas in the hook, he's probably singing them or having someone else sing them, etc., etc. So they would harmonize over the beat or whatever. This is more them actually spitting bars or whatever you want to call it. And then you might want to do a break because you could have a 16-bar verse. This is a 16-bar verse. This would be 8, and this would be another 8. So 4 bars here, 4 bars here, 4 bars here, 4 bars here. And that's because we are in 145 BPM, which means we're in double time. If we were in 72.5 BPM, it'll just be about this many and then this big of a chorus. So yeah, so now if we could just grab the chorus and then Alt-T chorus. This is just so you guys see how I'm doing it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grab this, put it over there. We're going to differentiate this a little bit. I didn't put in these symbols, so let's go ahead and do that too. So, verse 2. Pull this. Chorus. Outro. I'm gonna probably re-edit this beat for my own purpose and wanting to turn it into something better, but this is a good representation on how to make a beat. So pretty much we just made a whole trap beat. Pretty easy. It took about 44 minutes to do, but that was because I was trying to explain things and go at a pace that you guys can follow and see. I know I didn't explain some things so much in depth, like the mixing and such, because those are more technical jobs, and we didn't do a full-on mix either. So like this mix isn't 100% complete, but this is giving you a good representation on how this would go about. We would probably want to put some filters and change some things around. Let's go ahead and take out these. I'm gonna do some editing too. Alright, cool. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and play through this beat. Hopefully you guys benefited from this. This is a more introductory basic tutorial. If you benefited from it, liked it, then be sure to give us a thumbs up, share, comment, let us know what you think. Visit beat.at.com for more, and I'm gonna go ahead and play this beat.